Now we're going to discuss the types of homeostasis. The types of homeostasis, we have just discussed them previously, and we will be taking a revision of this, and then we will go to the main topic of the day. Types of homeostasis, we have three types of homeostasis: thermoregulation, which means maintenance of the body temperature; osmoregulation, which means maintenance of solid concentration. Solid concentrations का मतलब ये है amount of salt content, amount of water content inside the body. Excretion, removal of the chemical waste from the body. Removal of chemical waste from the body, that is known as excretion. Thermoregulation, osmoregulation, excretion. ठीक है? These are the three main methods of homeostasis. Now, homeostasis, it is controlled by a specific mechanism. And that specific mechanism, a stimulus. Now, the stimulus in this situation, write it down. The stimulus in this situation is actually a variable. It can be either internal or it can be external. The stimulus is the variable. This is the example. We will discuss this also. This stimulus is received by the sensors of the body. Now, this is the way in which the homeostatic mechanism is going to work. It is received by the sensors of the body. Then that message is transferred to the control center of the body, which in animals is mainly the brain, and in most cases the hypothalamus. Okay? The sense is perceived by the sensors. The stimulus is received by the sensors, and then it is sent to the control center. And from the control center, that stimulus is interpreted, and then it is sent to the effector. Effector in this case can be the muscles. The effector in this case can be the glands of the body. Okay? So this is generally a loop that is showing us the mechanism of homeostasis. Now, for example, if the stimulus is the body temperature, which is exceeding 37 degrees, and now this is a variable. This variable is going to be received by the sensors in the body, which in this case is the nerve cells, which have endings in the skin and in the brain. Now, these sensors are going to receive the temperature change, and they are going to send the temperature change information to the brain. The temperature regulatory center in the brain, write it down. The temperature regulatory center in the brain is the hypothalamus. It is the hypothalamus. The hypothalamus reads the message, and then according to the intensity of the message, the hypothalamus sends messages to the different parts of the body. In this case, because it is very hot, it is going to send message to the sweat glands, and the sweat glands are going to start sweating. Perspiration will start, and due to perspiration, what will happen? The body temperature will cool down, and when the body temperature will cool down, this variable is going to be neutralized. Okay? Now, the basic components. First of all, the variables, which is bringing about the change. This variable, it gets imbalanced. It acts as a stimulus which produces change. This is known as the variable. This change is detected by the receptor, which in this case is our sensory organs. The receptors are our sensory organs. Then these receptors, they send input information through the afferent pathway of the nervous system, and that input information goes to the control center, which is the brain. Control center, जो कि क्या है? जो कि brain होता है. The brain translates that message, and then it gives the output information, which is giving to the efferent. Afferent होता है जाने वाला, efferent होता है आने वाला, अंदर जाने वाला और बाहर निकलने वाला. Efferent pathway is going to bring messages from the brain to the effectors, which can be either the glands, it can be the muscles, or any other related part of the body that is going to respond to the effector. Okay? It is going to respond. It is going to respond to the orders that has been received from the brain. Now, after the response, this variable is going to be brought to the normal situation. It is going to be brought to the balance. जो कि imbalance हुआ है, वो यहाँ पर क्या होगा? बैलेंस हो जाएगा. वंस ये बैलेंस हो जाएगा, ये स्टिमुलस बंद हो जाएगा, और जब ये स्टिमुलस बंद हो जाएगा तो फिर ये सर्कल बंद हो जाएगा. अगर ये दोबारा इम्बैलेंस हुआ तो दोबारा स्टिमुलस जनरेट होगा और फिर दोबारा साइकिल चलेगा। समझ आ गई बात की? अब हम ये देखते हैं कि टेम्परेचर रेगुलेशन जो है वो क्या होता है। अब आप, बहुत प्यारी स्लाइड है, देखिए, टेम्परेचर ड्रॉप्स, बॉडी का टेम्परेचर नीचे हो गया, बॉडी का टेम्परेचर नीचे हो गया, गूज बम्प्स बनेंगे। गूज बम्प्स का मतलब वो होता है रोंगटे जो कहते हैं खड़े हो जाते हैं। वेसल कंस्ट्रिक्शन हो जाएगी, द वेसल्स विल बी कंस्ट्रिक्टेड, ठीक है, लेस कन्वेक्शन, लेस हीट लॉस फ्रॉम द बॉडी, एज अ रिजल्ट टेम्परेचर राइजेस, एंड कभी कभी टेम्परेचर राइजेस सो मच दैट द बॉडी बिगिंस टू स्वेट। नाउ व्हेन द बॉडी बिगिंस टू स्वेट देन वेसोडाइलेशन हो जाएगी, वेसोडाइलेशन होगी तो एवापोरेटिव कूलिंग हो जाएगी, एवापोरेटिव कूलिंग होगी, कन्वेक्शन स्टार्ट हो जाएगी, कूलिंग अकर्स, टेम्परेचर फिर डाउन आ जाएगा। So this is just a process of thermoregulation that is taking place in human beings. आपको सर्दी लग रही है, आपने हीटर भी लगा लिया, आपने रजाई भी पहन ली, आपने खूब ढेर सारे कोट भी पहन लिए, थोड़ी देर बाद आपको उसी सब सर्दी में क्या पसीना आना शुरू हो जाएगा, फिर सारा कुछ फेंकना शुरू कर देंगे, ठीक है, ताकि बॉडी कूल डाउन हो थोड़ी सी। समझ आ गई बात की? ये वो चीज है कि आवर बॉडी कीप्स ऑन रिस्पॉन्डिंग टू द चेंजेस रेगुलरली। फीडबैक मैकेनिज्म, two mechanisms हैं feedback के, the positive feedback mechanism and the negative feedback mechanism. The positive feedback mechanism and negative feedback mechanism, these are very important topics जो कि आप लोगों ने जो है बोर्ड के लिए भी तैयार करने हैं, और हम यहाँ पर इसको थोड़ा सा डिटेल में भी पढ़ेंगे। See how much of time we have left, and then we can I can tell you the examples of the positive and the negative feedback mechanism, and in the next lecture we will discuss them in detail.